The day the world stood still, Wembley, July 1985. The air crackled with excitement. A palpable energy surged through Wembley Stadium as 72,000 souls waited. They were expectant, they were restless. The global audience, connected by television, numbered nearly 2 billion. It was July 13th, 1985. Live Aid. A day for music, a day for hope, a day for legends. And one legend in particular was about to seize the moment. He would not just perform, he would conquer. He would etch his name into history with a 20-minute set that many still call the greatest live performance ever. This was Freddie Mercury's domain. He strode onto that vast stage wearing a white vest, faded jeans, and his trademark moustache. He seemed almost casual, yet beneath that veneer a fire burned. The crowd roared, a wave of sound washing over him. He met it head-on. No fear, only a fierce determination. He approached the microphone as a simple piano intro began. "Mama just killed a man." The opening notes of Bohemian Rhapsody echoed. The world was captivated instantly, utterly. This was not just a concert, it was a coronation. Freddie Mercury, the flamboyant frontman of Queen, held every single person in the palm of his hand. He moved with a feline grace. His voice soared, powerful and pure. He commanded the stage with an unparalleled charisma. He was a conductor, and the audience was his orchestra. They clapped in unison, they sang every word, they responded to his every call. It was a masterclass in showmanship. From Farrokh to Freddie, a journey begins. His story began far from the rock stages of London. Farrokh Bulsara was born on September 5, 1946. His birthplace was Stone Town, Zanzibar, a vibrant, exotic island off the coast of East Africa. His parents, Bomi and Jer Bulsara, were Parsis, followers of Zoroastrianism, an ancient Persian religion. They had moved to Zanzibar from India for Bomi's work. He was a cashier for the British Colonial Office. Young Farrokh spent his early childhood in this multicultural melting pot, a world of spice markets and ancient traditions, a world that would subtly shape his unique perspective. At the age of 8, Farrokh was sent to St. Peter's School, a British-style boarding school in Panchgani, near Bombay, India. It was here his musical talents began to surface. He took piano lessons and showed a natural aptitude. He could hear a song once and play it back. His school friends started calling him Freddie, a name that would stick. He formed his first band there, the Hectics. They played covers of Western pop and rock and roll. Even then, a spark of the future showman was visible. He was shy, yet drawn to the spotlight. The Bulsara family's life took a dramatic turn in 1964. Political unrest swept through Zanzibar. The Majesty is formed the genesis of Queen. Freddie's time at Ealing Art College was pivotal. It was a hub of creativity. It was where he met Tim Staffel, the singer and bassist for a band called Smile. Smile also featured a talented guitarist, Brian May, and a dental student drummer, Roger Taylor. Freddie became an ardent fan of Smile. He loved their heavy rock sound. He offered them advice. He shared his artistic vision. He was brimming with ideas. He was charismatic. He was persuasive. He clearly wanted to be part of their musical journey. In 1970, Tim Staffel decided to leave Smile. He felt the band wasn't progressing. This created an opening. Freddie seized the opportunity. He convinced Brian May and Roger Taylor to continue. He would be their new frontman. He had a powerful voice. He had a clear vision. He had an undeniable stage presence. He wanted to create something bigger, something more theatrical, something more ambitious than Smile had ever been. The remaining members were intrigued. They were willing to give it a try. A new era was dawning for them all. Freddie proposed a new name for the band, Queen. It was bold, it was regal, it was slightly outrageous. Freddie Mercury possessed a voice that was truly extraordinary. It was a powerful instrument capable of incredible range and versatility. Scientists later studied it. They noted his faster vibrato, his ability to employ subharmonics. He could soar to operatic heights. He could deliver a gritty rock growl. He could croon a tender ballad. His vocal control was impeccable. He sang with passion, he sang with precision, he sang with a theatrical flair that was uniquely his own. His voice was instantly recognizable. It was the cornerstone of Queen's signature sound. It captivated millions around the globe. His songwriting genius was equally remarkable. Freddie penned many of Queen's most iconic anthems. Bohemian Rhapsody stands as a testament to his audacious creativity. A 6-minute epic, it defied conventional song structure. It blended opera, balladry, and hard rock. Many dismissed it initially. They said it was too long, too complex for radio, but Freddie believed in it. The band stood by him. It became a global phenomenon, a timeless masterpiece. He also wrote Killer Queen, Somebody to Love, Don't Stop Me Now, and We Are the Champions. Each song showcased his diverse talents, his ability to craft memorable melodies and poignant lyrics. On stage, Freddie Mercury was a true virtuoso. He was a showman of the highest order. He transformed concerts into theatrical events. Section 5, Kings of the World, Queen's Global Conquest. Queen's ascent to global stardom was meteoric, yet it was built on hard work and relentless touring. Their early albums, Queen and Queen II, hinted at their potential. They showcased their unique blend of hard rock, glam, and progressive elements. But it was sheer heart attack in 1974 that brought their first major hit. Killer Queen was a chart success. It introduced Freddie's sophisticated songwriting and the band's distinctive sound to a wider audience. They were different, they were daring, they were undeniably talented. The world was beginning to take notice of this ambitious British band. The release of A Night at the Opera in 1975 catapulted Queen into the stratosphere. This album was a masterpiece of ambition and creativity. It featured the groundbreaking Bohemian Rhapsody. The song's success was unprecedented. It defied all expectations. It topped charts around the world. It cemented Queen's status as international superstars. They embarked on massive world tours. They played to sold-out arenas and stadiums. Their live shows became legendary, known for their theatricality, their energy, and Freddie's incredible showmanship. They were conquering nation after nation. Their reign had truly begun. Throughout the late 1970s and 1980s, Queen continued to dominate the music scene. Albums like News of the World, Jazz, and The Game produced a string of global hits. We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions, another one bites the dust. Section 6, A Different Kind of Magic, Freddie's Solo Flight. While Queen remained his primary focus, Freddie Mercury also felt the pull of solo exploration. He had a restless creative spirit. He yearned to express different facets of his musical personality, facets that perhaps didn't fit neatly within Queen's rock framework. His first solo single, Love Kills, appeared in 1984. It was part of Giorgio Moroder's soundtrack for the Metropolis film restoration. It was a dance track, and it showcased a different side of Freddie. It hinted at his interest in exploring new sonic territories beyond the band's established identity. In 1985, Freddie released his first full solo album, Mr. Bad Guy. The title itself was a playful nod to his public persona. The album was a departure from Queen's stadium rock anthems. It was more pop-oriented and dance-influenced, featuring synthesizers and drum machines. Songs like I Was Born to Love You and Living on My Own were personal and introspective. They revealed a more vulnerable side of Freddie. The album allowed him to experiment freely, to indulge his love for disco and pop. It was a statement of artistic independence, a chance to be simply Freddie, not just Freddie of Queen. Perhaps his most ambitious solo project was the album Barcelona. Released in 1988, it was a collaboration with the Spanish opera diva Montserrat Caballé. Freddie had long admired opera and was captivated by Caballé's voice. He sought her out and wrote music specifically for her. Section 7, Behind the Velvet Curtain, Love, Life, and a Silent Struggle. Freddie Mercury's public persona was one of flamboyant confidence and unbridled hedonism. He lived life to the fullest, through lavish parties, and embraced a rock and roll lifestyle. Yet, behind the velvet curtain, there was a more complex individual, a man who craved love and connection, who often felt lonely despite the adulation of millions. His closest confidant was Mary Austin. They met in the early 1970s and shared a deep and enduring bond. Their romantic relationship eventually ended, but their friendship remained. Freddie considered her his common-law wife, and he bequeathed her his London mansion, Garden Lodge. His sexuality was a subject of much speculation during his lifetime. Freddie himself was private about his personal relationships. He had relationships with both men and women. In the later years of his life, Jim Hutton became his long-term partner. Jim was a grounding presence for Freddie, providing stability and companionship. He was with Freddie until the very end. Freddie valued loyalty and trust above all else. He surrounded himself with a close circle of friends who protected and supported him, especially as he faced his greatest challenge, a challenge he initially chose to keep hidden from the world. In the late 1980s, a shadow began to fall over Freddie's life. He was diagnosed with AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. At that time, it was a terrifying diagnosis, often a death sentence. There was immense stigma and fear surrounding the disease. Freddie chose to keep his illness private for several years. He wanted to protect his family and his bandmates. Section 8. The final act, courage in the face of adversity. As the 1980s drew to a close, Freddie Mercury's physical appearance began to change. The relentless progression of AIDS was taking its toll, yet his spirit remained unbroken. He was determined to continue working. Music was his lifeblood, his solace. Queen's 1989 album, The Miracle, and 1991's Innuendo were recorded during this challenging period. Freddie's vocals on these albums are astonishing, filled with power, emotion, and a haunting beauty. He pushed himself to the limit. He wanted to leave behind as much music as possible, a final gift to his fans. The music videos from this era tell a story. For I'm Going Slightly Mad, Freddie wore heavy makeup and a wig. He appeared frail, yet his performance was still captivating and infused with his unique theatricality. The final music video he appeared in was for These Are the Days of Our Lives. It was shot in black and white and was a poignant and understated farewell. His final words on camera, looking directly into the lens, were, "I still love you." It was a message to his fans, a message of gratitude and affection. It was a heartbreakingly beautiful goodbye. For years, Freddie had battled his illness in private. He endured intense media speculation and constant hounding by paparazzi. He wanted to protect his privacy and shield his loved ones, but as his condition worsened, he knew he had to make a public statement. On November 23, 1991, a statement was released on his behalf. Section 9. The legend lives on an everlasting echo. Freddie Mercury's death was not an ending, it was the beginning of an enduring legacy. His music with Queen continues to inspire and entertain generations. Anthems like Bohemian Rhapsody, We Will Rock You, and We Are. The champions are timeless. They are woven into the fabric of popular culture, played at sporting events, sung at celebrations, and covered by countless artists. His voice, his songwriting, his showmanship, they remain unparalleled. He set a standard for rock frontmen that few have ever reached. His impact on music is immeasurable. Beyond his musical contributions, Freddie's life and death had a profound impact on AIDS awareness. His public acknowledgement of his illness, though late, was incredibly significant. It helped to destigmatize the disease and encouraged open discussion. The Freddie Mercury Phoenix Trust was established in his memory. It has raised millions for AIDS research and awareness projects worldwide. His courage in his final days transformed him into a powerful symbol in the fight against AIDS. He helped to change perceptions and save lives. His legacy extends far beyond the stage. Freddie Mercury was a true original, a flamboyant icon who shattered conventions. He challenged norms of masculinity and sexuality in rock music. He embraced theatricality and celebrated individuality. His influence can be seen in countless artists who followed him, in music, in fashion, in performance art.